This is the rebooking. Lauren Murphy. Lucky Lauren Murphy versus Miesha Cupcake Tate. Number 3 versus number 10. And you said earlier that this is more or less of a parlay play by the UFC saying, we want Miesha Tate, the former champion, the notable name. Everybody knows Miesha Tate. Ronda Rousey, all that good stuff, right? We want Miesha Tate. We want her to usurp Lauren Murphy in the rankings and then get a title shot. That way we can make money. Everyone will be entertained. And regardless if it's a good fight or not, it's Miesha Tate, man. She's the money fight. This is clear. It's obvious. To me, AJ, that's why Lauren Murphy is fighting Miesha Tate. Now, I don't know how the contracts work necessarily. I don't know if Lauren Murphy gets paid more. She's already on contract, so how can you get paid more? But you fight Miesha Tate because either way, win or lose, doesn't your stock rise if you're Lauren Murphy? If you have a good showing, doesn't your stock rise? It's Miesha Tate, right?
Oh, especially if she gets the win on her. Especially if she knows she has, even if she doesn't even get the win, but she has this like crazy performance where we're all thinking, and like we said earlier, first fight of the night's always something exciting, and I think these fighters know that as well. So they might bring it to the table, and if we see an exciting, female-driven fight against somebody who is as popular as Miesha Tate, I think Lauren Murphy's stock grows as well, man. I mean, I was talking to a friend about this earlier. This fight doesn't have a lot of name value. But one of the names that is on this one, Miesha Tate, man. Everybody knows Cupcake Tate. And if Lauren Murphy can get it done, I think she gets a little bit more fan recognition at least.
100%. And that's kind of the whole key behind this fight. For Lauren Murphy, she has a lot to lose here, man. You're coming off of a title challenge, I guess, right? You fought Valentina. You got beat up. It's okay. Valentina beats up pretty much everybody. Miesha Tate, she's coming off of a decision loss to Ketlen Vieira where a lot of people were screaming robbery. Do I think it was robbery? No, I don't personally. But it was a good showing. I think that's the point. It was a good showing. And I'm pretty sure Miesha Tate outstruck Ketlen Vieira in that fight. So think about it. Your resurgence to the UFC. You fight Marion Renault on the cusp of her retirement. You retire her. All right, fine. You fight Ketlen Vieira, and then you lose. However, you're still number 10 in the rankings. Now, if you're looking at Lauren Murphy, she buzzsawed through, not really. She fought Joanne Wood. This is what I was talking about earlier, man. Her last 5, she fought Andrea Lee, split decision win. Roxanne Modafferi, decision, then Modafferi retires. All right. Shakarova, she submits her, right? We haven't heard of her in quite some time. Joanne Wood, split decision win, where she got outstruck. She got outstruck by actually a lot of strikes, man, and ended up still winning the fight with some little bit of grappling and stuff like that. And then Shevchenko, you get beat up. So even though the hit list is high, look at Miesha Tate, man. Former champion. Holly Holm, you win the belt, right? So this goes to show how inactive she's been. Holly Holm, you win the belt. You then get choked out by Nunez. You lose the belt. Then you lose to Raquel Pennington. Then, like I said, we're back on the win streak against Renault, and then you lose to Vieira. So it's rough for both of these fighters. The whole entire point that I'm saying here is that if someone has more to lose, it's clearly Lauren Murphy. Miesha Tate is being propelled by the company, I believe, to get up to... Either way, man, the point that we have here, let's break it all down in terms of X's and O's. Better grappler, Lauren Murphy, right?
I think so too. Yeah, very, very much so. Well, maybe not very much so, but I do think she has a grappling advantage, and she's dangerous in the clinch. That's where I think Lauren Murphy strives the most, is in that clinch position.
Throwing those little uppercuts, dirty boxing. Mm-hmm. If she could make it ugly like that, it could be interesting. But Miesha Tate, we saw against Ketlen Vieira, a very hard hitter. She outstruck Vieira, man. She did what she needed to do. She had a lot of success against Ketlen Vieira for sure. And like I said, Vieira's a little bit of a tank, right? Miesha Tate, though, I think she's the better striker, man. Out in the open, at distance, I think that she could pop it off a little bit more, man. She could use her savvy, her veteranship, 19-8 MMA record. But look at the difference here, man. Miesha Tate, because of the inactivity, 6-5 in the UFC. Lauren Murphy is 7-5 in the UFC. So it's like, oh, the young guns, they caught up to you. Now, Lauren Murphy is older. She's 38. Miesha Tate's 35. X's and O's, apples and oranges and whatnot. I guess realistically here, AJ, can you see any finish coming out of this fight? Because I find it very difficult to see a finish coming out of this.
I see it very difficult to watch a finish out of this fight, man. Both fighters are very well-rounded, long in the game. Like you said, a little older, a little more mature. The brain is there. It's working. They're thinking about all this stuff. And I just don't see a way that both fighters kind of let the fight, slip away from them, if you will. I think both fighters are going to be very invested in this one, stay mentally focused, and fight their own fight. Because like you said, man, Miesha Tate, she stays busy with those hands. She's always striking. Things are just moving around for her all the time. And if Lauren Murphy can implement her game plan, get on the inside, do the dirty boxing, maybe get a takedown, get the ground game going, I just don't see either fighter in their position in their career at this moment letting the other one, out control them or outstrike them or anything like that happening. I see a very, very close fight right here. What about you?
I'm with you, man. I have a stat for you that I want you to tell me. Do you think it's an anomaly or do you think we should read into this? Miesha Tate against Ketlin Vieira landed 122 significant strikes. That's a career high for Miesha Tate, right? Lauren Murphy, her career high in significant strikes is roughly around like 80, 95, actually. It's 95. 95 for Lauren Murphy, 122 for Miesha Tate. So the question here is that the second highest for Lauren Murphy is about 80, and the second highest for Miesha Tate is roughly, it's a big drop-off, brother. It's like a major drop-off. I'm talking, it's like 65, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, do we read into this, or is the resurged Miesha Tate, the new Miesha Tate, is this going to be, okay, now we could really throw it with the hands. We can get it done. Because remember, Miesha Tate couldn't get the takedown she was looking for, so she was forced to strike with her. So I just don't want to read into it too much, but if we're making something out of it, man, maybe Lauren Murphy has a case for an upset here. What do you think?
She could, and that's really where I think it does, because if Tate can't get the takedown and Lauren Murphy does, and then she starts controlling her on the back, then we're into some different waters right here. Then we're seeing some stuff shift around.
You're right. So I do think there is a case for a Lauren Murphy upset for sure if she can just dominate the grappling. But if Miesha Tate could keep her at range, if she can get up from the takedowns, if she can maybe get her own takedowns and outstrike her, I like the decision prop. Because if you look, plus 110 decision for Miesha Tate, plus 185 for Lauren Murphy. So maybe there's something there, brother. But I like Miesha Tate, and I'm rocking with the decision. Same for you, yeah?
Yeah, Miesha Tate by decision. I wanted to take a quick second, though, man. Look at those odds that they're giving for the TKO. Yeah. Even the odds makers don't think it's happening. Or the sub for Lauren Murphy either. That's insane, man. But, yeah, I'm rocking Miesha Tate decision. I think that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, right on. Well, there you go. And this was actually a little bit tougher than it seems, folks, to make a pick on this fight, man. Just because Miesha Tate has the name value, but you don't just go off of name value. You need to see Lauren Murphy. She's been an underdog. She won 5 in a row for a reason. I'll just leave it at that. But 2 of them were split decisions. So I'll just say that. You know what I'm saying? All right.